How's it going?
Great, thank you. It's good to be here. What am I supposed to do? Just you guys supposed to ask me questions? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, pretty much. So how's the first spring going for you here?
Oh, it's good. We got a lot of good work in. You know, we're doing some things a little bit differently here and there, but it's been great. And it's been great to have an incredible standard here with special teams. And Coach Oberg has done an amazing job. And so we're trying to, you know, to keep that standard going. And the guys, the nice thing is that the players have bought into it. And so, you know, when you have invested people, it's a lot of fun to coach it.
Jim said he was pretty familiar with your family. You know, what were your interactions with him before getting the job?
Well, I first met Jim in 1997 when he was the secondary coach with the 49ers, and I was interning with them with the Bill Walsh Minority Internship that the NFL instituted before then. And so that was my first interaction with Jim. And then his dad had coached here at UCLA just prior to my cousin Manu being here. But then my cousin Manu played for Coach Mora when he was an assistant at the Seahawks. So there's been a lot of interaction with the Moras and the Tuiasosopos over the years. That's for sure. But I'm really blessed to be here. He's a great man, and you know, he's a great leader, and I'm really, really happy to be here.
What are your first impressions of your outside linebackers?
Well, we got a pretty special one in Miles Jack. You know, he's special because he works at his game. He's special because he's a gentleman, and he's special because he's a really, really smart player and has a great grasp of the game, in every way. And you know, and he's a tough guy. You got to be a tough guy to play defense. You know, and he has all those things. He's a pretty special player in all those ways. But you know, he's such a gentleman. And you know, he's the guy that's always taking notes. He's the guy that's always asking the relevant questions. So he's a lot of fun to coach, and he's quite the team player. And you know, I know he leads by his play, and you know, he's not a big rah-rah guy, but his play. And I'd rather him lead by his play than by his mouth. So that's kind of where that is. Kenny Orjoki has made a lot of strides coming. This spring was crucial for him. A lot of strides. You know, just getting the position down, the details of his job. Deion Hollins has made great strides. So we feel real good about those guys coming out of spring ball. You know, we obviously got to close the gap before we come together in August. But the work that we did this spring with those guys is invaluable.
Jim has said that pass rushing is kind of your acumen that you bring to the table. Has that always been the case? Have you always?
Well, you know, the thing was, I was fortunate at another Pac-10 institution. You know, we had those 3 kids get drafted in the 2011 draft down at U of A, and you know, those guys, you know, just the pass rushing part of it. You know, and we can see that here in spring ball, our pass rush. You know, just guys buying into what we're doing, and you know, it's, you know, my track record of, you know, I've always had guys that can rush a quarterback. Now, some guys are very natural at it, but so you mean like anything else in the game, you got to work at it. And so, you know, we had those kids down there. We've had other kids, players, but you know, hopefully that's something I can bring to the table to help us. You know, and certainly we've had great success as you know, with our rushers and other places I've been. Especially, I think it was 09 and 2010. I think it was Ricky Elmore may have led the Pac-10 in sacks. I'm not quite sure. I know it was one, maybe both of those years. And then we were always up there in the top in the way of sacks. You know, and you know, but that's not the most telling thing in pass rush. You know, yeah, it's great to have the sacks, but you know, there's a lot of other things in pass rush. But certainly, I hope that I can bring that to the table here.
Obviously, you didn't get to coach Anthony Barr at all, but
no.
With the group that you see now, is it more you expect that pass rush to be replaced by a bunch of different guys instead of maybe, you know, one guy?
Yeah, you want it to be, you know, not just Kenny Orjoki and a guy like Deion Hollins, but Owa's an unbelievable player, you know, and You know, he has a unique combination of speed on the edge, but he also has unbelievable power. Great body control, and you know, so just having those three guys in some form of combination with our rush, boy, that brings us a lot of hope. You know, and you know, there's another young man. You know, they're all really, really good people. Dion Hollins, Kenny Ojioke, Miles Jack. I mean, those are guys that can do it. You know, the other guy that's had a great spring, you know, as a rusher as well, is Kylie Fitz. He's really come on. Yep. So we're excited about that part of it. And, you know, we got some guys that are shelved that'll be back. You know, and then we got some young puppies that'll, you know, throw them into the den and see what they can do. So,
in terms of special teams, do you have an idea maybe on your returners yet at all, or is that something?
You know, Ish did a nice job at the end of the year. You know, Stephen Manfro is such a reliable guy. You know, I just love that kid. You know, I'm saying kid again. You know, but I just love Stephen Manfro and what he brings to the table. But Ishmael is he's pretty special now. I've seen every return clip with him back there, and you know, he can hit it and get it. So we're excited about that too. You know, and you know, the thing about special teams, we have a lot of veteran players or experienced players that have played it, so they understand the standard that we have set here. And so, you know, and that's easy to coach because they've been trained and raised the right way. And like I said, you know, I just there's a standard, and I just hope to keep it going. You know, and Coach Albrecht has done an amazing job.
Have you had to adjust your coaching style, going from primarily working with defensive lines in the past years to now also working with outside?
Me personally, I don't change. You know, I coach hard. You know, no, I don't change. You know, I don't adjust my coaching style. I am who I am. You know, and you know, but you know, yeah, I've coached linebackers before, but certainly, you know, I'm getting myself reacquainted with the position, which is exciting. But there's so much carryover. There's so much carryover to, you know, coaching the ends, you know, especially the 4-3 defense. But you know, there's something, and I like to think, you know, that I want to stay green. You know, I want to keep growing. I don't ever want to feel like I've arrived in this business. And so, you know, there's a lot of learning taking place for me personally. But no, the coaching, no, that doesn't change. You still got to bring it every day, you know.
Thanks, Stu.
So, all right, fellas.